Welcome back. This is a new lecture in your course Git and GitHub by Avionics. My name is Ahmed, and in this section we are discussing how to deal with remote repositories in Git. Now, in the previous lectures we have seen how we can create branches, push our changes to those branches to isolate them from the main branch, and also push those changes to the remote repository so that other developers can have a look at those changes, review them, and possibly make further changes to those changes and then push them back and so on. And this is the collaboration that is promised by Git or by revision control systems in general. Now, let's have a look at the final step in this process, which is merging branches. After you have finished editing about the HTML page, and because you have made so much changes to this file, and perhaps other developers have reviewed those changes and they saw that it is appropriate to be added to the main branch, to the master branch. So now you need to merge this change or those changes that have been approved to the master branch. In order to do this, you're going to use the git merge command as follows. So let's have a look here. We have already made several changes to about.html, and we have already pushed those changes to the remote repository. In order to merge those changes to the master, we're going to issue the git merge command. But before we do that, we will have to check out to master. Have to return back to the master branch and then issue git merge about-1. Press enter, and as you can see here, one file has changed, 3 insertions and 2 deletions. This is a summary of the change that happened, and it has updated order master with the changes that have happened. Now we can issue a git push in order to update the remote repository with the changes that we have made, which is merging the branch about-01 with the master. Now, as you can see here, master has been updated. If we have a look at the other machine here, let's just ensure that we are in the correct directory, and let's quickly do git pull in order to make this branch up to date. Now, as you can see here, a few things happened. Master has been updated from origin master, and also we have a new branch about-01. It has been pulled here. So here I have, if I type git branch, I can see that I am only at master. And if I type git checkout about-1, I am now switching to the new branch about-1. I am on the second machine, I'm another developer, and I can switch to this branch and possibly do any changes that I want. So git branch, now I am at about-01, as the asterisk is indicating. I can make further changes to this file about.html, as I see here about this application. Maybe I can say, instead of this is a GitHub playground, I can say this is a GitHub sandbox. This is another change. And similarly, I will issue git add about.html git commit -m changed playground to sandbox git push. Okay, now if you try to pull this back, let's clear the screen. We'll find that the file is containing this is a GitHub playground. Okay, so I am now making changes to the branch, pushing those changes to the remote repository and viewing them from other machines, and I have also merged the previous changes that have been made to about-1 with the master. Now let's say where am I standing now? Git branch. I am at the master. I can check out to about-1. Let's do git pull to make it in sync with the remote repository, and as you can see here, this is a GitHub sandbox. So this is the essence of using branches. Now, because I am at the about-1 branch, this branch has been updated from this machine. As you can see here, this machine has changed it, or this client or this developer has changed the word playground to be sandbox. And because I am at this branch here, about-1, I can see that the H2 reads, this is a GitHub sandbox. Okay, this is a GitHub sandbox, but if I switch back to master, okay, let's view the about HTML. I can see that it returned back to this is a GitHub playground. And this is the essence of using branches. You are working with the same file on the same machine, in the same directory. However, because you have switched it from master to about-1 branch, you can see a totally different content in about the HTML file. But if you switch back to your master repository or to your master branch, you can see that about the HTML contains the old content that was there. So this is exactly the role of branches. You are working in parallel not only among different machines, but even on your same machine, because you have just switched it from one branch to another. You can work on the same file, but with different versions and with different content. Now, finally, let's see how we can remove branches. As previously mentioned, merging a branch does not delete it. It just copies its history to the destination branch. Now, maybe we didn't mention this before, but merging a branch with the master or with the parent branch, as we have seen, does not delete that branch. That branch will still there. You can make further changes to that branch, as we have seen. We can change the content of about the HTML file, although the previous changes have been already merged with the master branch. However, sometimes, and in some cases, that branch gets very, very old, and other branches are being created, so that you need to do some cleanup in order not to cause any confusion. So whatever reasons you have, sometimes you have to delete the branch. So in order to do that, you will just have to issue a very simple command, git push ---- delete, and then you place the name origin, which is the name of the remote repository, and then the name of the branch. This is to delete it first from the remote repository, then delete it from the local one. So let's see that in action. Let's clear the screen and let's ensure that we are in the correct directory. It's /var www.html greeter. Let's also ensure that we are on the master branch. Let's issue a git push in order to ensure that all changes in the master branch have been uploaded or have been pushed. This is a destructive operation, so you have to ensure that you have everything covered. So let's issue the delete command, git push ---- delete about -1. Sorry, about origin about 01. Okay, this is referring to the origin remote repository. And after entering the credentials, you have seen that the message indicates that deleted about 01 from the remote repository. This means that this branch no longer exists in the remote repository. If you have a look here at the second machine, okay, and if we try to issue a git pull here on the second machine, you'll see that this message, your configuration specifies to merge with the refs had about -01 from the remote, but no such ref was fetched. That is because you have here a conflict. You have here a branch that has been deleted from the remote repository, but it has not yet been deleted from the local one. So let's do just that on both of our machines. Git branch ---- delete and the name of the branch. And we have here another error message. As you can see, Git here is very cautious about losing any changes that you make. It is just safeguarding your data or your content from being lost. Remember that earlier we have made some changes to about -01, and we have not merged those changes with the master. We have changed the word playground to be sandbox, and we haven't merged those changes. So let's do just that. Git branch -d capital about 01 to discard the changes that we have made. Now we have deleted branch about 01, and it is mentioning for you the hash of this branch. It was this one in case you needed it for any future use. Let's do the same thing at the second one, second machine, git branch ---- delete about -01. Okay, let's ensure that we are at the correct master. Git check out master. Now delete it. And of course, it's also giving you a warning that because some changes have been made to about -01, but those changes were not merged. But after all, it has deleted this branch. About 01 has been deleted from your system. And finally, you can have a look at your repository on the GitHub website. As you can see here, we have about.html and we have index.html. You can see the contents of those pages here on the website. So as we have mentioned in a previous section, that GitHub in itself is some sort of backup. You can back up your files, as you can see here, to this website, to this repository, public repository. So you can see here it contains a lot of information about the repository. You have made 7 commits. We have made 7 commits. We have only 1 branch. We didn't have 2, master and about -1, but now we have 1 branch since we deleted about -1. These are the commit messages, the last commit messages that you have issued while pushing or while committing the changes to your repository. And that brings us to the end of this section in Git and GitHub by Avionics. My name is Ahmad. I hope you enjoyed this section and see you next. Thank you.